So we're going to cook brisket chili tomorrow morning. Right now, we're going to go ahead and prep our vegetables. So let's get a glove on. Keep me a spare one because I have a tendency to break them. And we're going to go ahead and chop up this jalapeno right here. One jalapeno. And then we're going to do 3 cloves of this here garlic. Yes, it's still in the bag. This makes for a longer video. 3 cloves of this here garlic. That's what we're going to do. Hey guys, just like that, we have our onions and our garlic in here. Our smoked sausage is cubed up. And our jalapeno is ready to go in the morning. Them onions is right nice, let me tell you. Got my sinuses cleared out. As my old friend, Amanda Bryant says, that'd clear your sinuses out. Yeah, buddy. Hey, morning guys, 5 o'clock. We got the pellet grill running out there. We already opened all our ingredients that are canned. Now, we're gonna go ahead and put these in the pot. So the pot, we haven't done anything to it. We're not really, not gonna do much. Here's the key to this though. If you don't have a Dutch oven that's well seasoned, don't do this in a Dutch oven. Do it in like a steel pot or stainless steel or aluminum, because the tomato-based stuff will actually eat the seasonings off of your cast iron. This thing's been used a bunch, and it's good. I need to redo it after this cook, but for now it'll be just fine. Anyways, we've got our 2 pounds of brisket right here. If you hear that, that's my puppy. She thinks it's time to get up, and it's not. We're going to go ahead and put our ingredients. So we got fire roasted tomato, diced. We're going to put that in the pot. We're going to put another fire roasted tomato in the pot. So that's two fire roasted tomatoes. 1 can of your favorite Rotel. Doesn't matter what kind, just your favorite. For this one, the only thing I could find, I personally don't like the mild. I think it's just diced tomatoes with green chilies added. So I'm doing it with hatched chilies today. That's the only other one they had. Now we are going to drain off our beans. 1 can of white kidney beans. Now that being said, I may use a 2nd can, but I'm going to wait till I see how much I got in this pot. After that, I may add another one. So we'll just see how that plays out. The one thing that you guys are not going to see is I use the chipotles and adobo sauce. You're going to dice this up. So put it on your cutting board, take your knife, dice it down, and then put it in your pot. You don't want these things whole. That'd be a lot. Just want small pieces of it in there. So while my pan is heating up to saute my onions, garlic, and adobo peppers, or chipotle peppers, I'm gonna go ahead and take my bigger pieces of brisket. Like, that's a pretty big piece of brisket. I'm gonna take that piece. See, that's a good piece of brisket. We're gonna take it and we're just gonna give it a rough chop. We don't want to make it too small, but we don't want to make it too big. You want to try to make it where you can get a piece of brisket, like a firm piece of brisket, at least preferably I think. A firm piece of brisket in every bite. I've had a lot of people ask me, well, you do brisket chili? Why don't you bring me some? I got a better idea. Because I can tell you right now, this brisket chili, if I was to sell you this brisket chili by the bowl, I'd charge you $8 a bowl for it. I just would, because this brisket ain't cheap. But what I can do is show you how to make it. That's my big guy over there. It's my dog. Most of the time I get killed at night. He's not he's not like the pup. He just rearranged it. He's just a big old boy. The pup thinks it's time to come out, and it's not. And our old man, he's just laid over there chilling. He ain't in no hurry for nothing. had him for 9 years now. He's a grumpy old man at this age. Old Biggin, he can't seem to find his comfy spot today. That's odd for him. He's normally pretty good about it. Now that we've got all our stuff, we don't have to saute in here in our pot. We're going to go ahead and saute up our onions, garlic, and adobo peppers. Now I'm only going to use half this adobo sauce because I think it's a little bit warm for the environment I'm taking it to. Some of these folks don't like it hot. Personally, if I was cooking this for me, I'd dump the whole thing in there. So use a little discretion. Try to be nice to your folk because you don't want to burn them up, because that stuff can get pretty hot. So we have placed all of our onions, garlic, and chipotle peppers in the pan to saute a bit. Now we're only going to cook these down till they reduce by a third, because we don't want them soft. We just want them aromatic. Because this stew, remember now, this brisket chili. Now this brisket chili is gonna go for almost 8 hours on the pellet grill. So we don't want to get them too soft. We want them a little bit crunchy. That way they can kind of reduce and get to the right texture on the pellet grill. If you get them in here and get them too soft, they're just going to be mush by the time you go to eat them. And personally, I want them to get that nice sauteed flavor, but still have a little bit of texture. Now after 8 hours, they're not going to have a whole lot of it, if they have any at all. But I prefer to try to get a little bit of stiffness left in it. I don't want it crunchy, I just want it tight, I want it stiff, you know what I mean? So now that we've got all our stuff in the pot, minus what we're sauteing over here, we're going to go ahead and put a little salt, pepper, and garlic in here. Now mind you, I use SPG from Cosmos Q. I'm going to put in about that much because that's how much I like. That's probably 2 to 3 tablespoons worth. I got this Texas beef from Cosmo. I like it. I'm going to put in about the same of it. Now it's pretty much the same stuff in this and that, with the exception of a few things. This one's got a little more sugar in it. And this one is about done. So I'm going to put it all in there. Ain't going to hurt it. Ain't going to hurt it at all. I'm also going to add some cow cover. Now I'm not putting a lot of cow cover in here. Just a little bit. Probably 1 tablespoon. And for just a little bit of flavor, now I'm not putting a whole ton of this in. I use beef bouillon. Now we're just going to put just a little bit. That's probably a little more than a teaspoon. We're going to go ahead and turn that off and let it sit for a few minutes. I'm going to put this up. That's what I'm doing when I'm reaching down here. I'm putting my spices back in the spice rack. No reason to. Don't mind me for doing it. I just don't want them sitting on the counter while I'm cooking. They're used and we're done with them. It's a bubbly, not a beer. 5:45 actually. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this in there. I think it's done its thing enough. Alright guys, so we've just added our onions in with our brisket and our mater and everything else that's in here. I would tell you that I'm going to put the recipe below, but I'm not, because anything worth doing is worth doing right. And I'm not going to make it easy on you. I've told you exactly how much stuff I put in here and what I'm using and how I do it. So it's up to you if you want to make this brisket chili to go back through, see what I've put in here and the amounts I have done. Let's make it a challenge. If you really, really want it, I'll put it down there at the bottom. No, I won't. That's a lie. Alright, guys. So, here's what we're getting ready to put on the smoker. Y'all check that out. And I lied. It's not a smoker. It's a pellet grill. There we go. Yes, I have a remote. If y'all don't have one, check it out. If you decide to do YouTube videos, they're handy. Oh yeah, right there. All right, let's take this thing out. Get it on the pellet grill. So we've got our temperature at right at 225. It'll fluctuate some here and there. We're not worried about that. Literally, we're only heating this up and like basically warming it. Everything's cooked. So we're gonna put it on here. Come back in a couple hours, stir it. We're gonna do that for 6 hours, and then we're gonna cover it and let it simmer for about an hour to an hour and a half. There we go. And yes, it's dark out here. No, I'm not getting lights to make B-roll to put on a pot of chili at 6 o'clock in the morning. Not happening. I don't get paid for this. I just enjoy doing it. Alright guys, so we have just put the chili on. I'm putting this in here for my wife. Take your cans, your empty cans, rinse them out, put them in a recycle bin. Hey, my wife is a diehard recycler, and that's great. I don't mind recycling them, but I'm rinsing them out for her because she's like, bees will get in it and whatever. So I'll do it for her. So rinse your cans out for your wife. And I guess for the guy who's got to deal with that on a daily at the recycle center. Anyways, rinse your cans out. Throw them in the recycle. See you shortly. Hey everybody. So we're sitting at about the 6th hour mark. We had a little bit of issue with the pellet grill. It didn't want to auger out right. So I had to shut it down and start all over again. That was about a 20-minute process to get it all back up to temp. We put some more pellets in it, and now we're running pretty good, but we did lose about probably 40 minutes of actual heat. We had internal heat inside the unit, but it wasn't firing properly, and then of course when I opened it we lost heat. But I put the lid on it, Lid's been on it now for about 2 hours, something like that. So we're going to open it in just a minute and let you guys see what it looks like at the 6-hour mark, minus some time. No big deal. It's all cooked anyway. Only thing we're doing is heating it up. So we're going to go ahead and open this unit up here. Yeah, buddy. We're going to pull the lid off. See the steam come out of that unit, huh? Good stuff. Look at this. Hey guys, come over here and check this out. I want you guys to look at this. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. I think we're going to leave the lid off of it this time for a little while. I think that's what we're going to do. What do you think, guys? It's going to be some good stuff, ain't it? We're going to let it go about another hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half. We're going to leave the lid off this time. Get a little bit more smoke on this unit. We're going to put the lid back on, put it in the cooler, take it to the farm. Today's Sunday dinner at the farm, everybody. All right. Come back in an hour. So look at this. Oh yeah. We're gonna give this a try. I'm gonna burn my tongue because this is hot. Boys, that's good. It's got the heat from the peppers. It's got some sweet from that Texas cow rub. That Cosmos, I think it's called Texas beef. I showed you in the beginning. My goodness, boys and girls. That's good stuff. It's hot, but it's good. Got a little kick to it. That's the way you're supposed to eat it. Brisket chili. All right, so here's the final product. We have got it down here. And you look at that. That's right. We're going to take that, transfer it over to the crock pot, and we're going to the farm. All right, everybody. That's your brisket chili. All right, so just to throw back here, we done brisket chili, leftover brisket. It's just a handful of stuff in the ingredients. Some fresh vegetables, a little bit of seasoning, and some thyme. And you really ain't doing nothing but put it out there on your grill or your smoker and just letting it do its thing. So quick, not easy, yeah. So there you go. You want something easy? There you go.